So you recently accused Senator Mark Kelly, a veteran, an astronaut, of crossing the line for participating in a video reminding troops that they can refuse to follow illegal orders. Okay. Let's see some of what you said, my friend.
Sure. You know better, Senator Kelly. You know better. How dare you do that? You could go to the House. You can put up drawer paperwork. You can try to start articles of impeachment if you think there's something illegal. I mean, damn, it ain't like y'all haven't done it before. You impeached the man twice. Where'd that get you? Got us behind back in the White House. Had you left him alone since 2020, maybe he wouldn't be back. You don't tell military men and women to ignore an order from the commander-in-chief. You don't do that.
Caffeine's a bitch, you know?
Now, let me just remind you that Pete Hegseth said in 2016, I do think there have to be consequences for abject war crimes. If you're doing something that is just completely unlawful and ruthless, then there is a consequence for that. That's why the military said it won't follow unlawful orders from their commander-in-chief. Okay. Now, given the fact that the secretary himself said that, I'd love to give you the opportunity to perhaps change your position on what you said.
I'm not changing a thing.
Okay.
I didn't stutter when I said it.
You want to stay loud and wrong?
Well, you could call it loud and wrong all you want to. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
I don't know if people can actually get what Democrats are doing at this point. They don't have anything to offer, so the only thing is to just play along with this every single time. Elections are coming up. This is a new one. The mainstream media will pick up, they will continue to sing like a song. Oh, he committed a crime. Oh, he did this. That's insane, right?
As a Democrat, the bottom line is this. When we talk about poor people, who ain't thinking about poor people? The Democratic Party, I know I do. I know that most candidates within the Democratic Party that I know they think about poor folks. I know they think about the desolate and the disenfranchised. I get that. But what I'm saying is that during the campaign, were you doing what it takes to win? You had too many people going after him for stuff that wasn't going to stick. It wasn't going to influence his voters. So what I would say to you, Whoopi, and what I would say to anybody that doesn't want J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio or somebody like that to succeed him, focus on what's going to win. Yeah. That's where my sports background comes in. Tell me what's going to win. I don't want to hear, but I understand the LGBTQ community is important. I understand that the desolate and disenfranchised is somebody we should always be looking out for. I understand the economy. I understand immigration. I get all of that. But the point is, I'm trying to win to make sure that I'm in office and you're not. What is it going to take? The Democrats did not do that last time.
And that's what happens. What is the winning issue now?
Affordability and safety.
Yes.
Period. Affordability and safety in the streets of the United States. And a willingness to cross the aisle and show that you're willing to work with people to get stuff done so we don't have this chaos just because we disagree.
I think that the Democrats try harder than the Republicans to do that.
Well,
really?
But when it concerns Trump, Democrat will take it to another level. That is a problem I have with these people. When it's their person, they are very silent. They are okay. The opposite side, it is the national news. Everybody's talking about that. When you take a look at this crazy set on The View demands FBI Director Kesh and President Trump resign over taking private flight. They also belage about how we are living in a time of misinfo and disinfo, but omit how FBI Director by law are required to use private air travel for security. These talks came as a result of this issue in Venezuela. They were talking about that, how President Trump committed war crimes, things like that. The stories were everywhere. They call out the director of war, like he instructed that you strike a blow with nonsense people, things like that. I don't want to go into the details. Just take a look at it.
When you have clowns running an organization, it becomes a circus, right? And so that's really, I think, what's happening here. What we have to understand is that the FBI is a crucial part of our government. It's within the rubric of the Department of Justice. And what they are tasked to do is to protect the United States, our intelligence threats. I work with FBI agents as a federal prosecutor, and it is one of the most important jobs within the Department of Justice. FBI sources. The fact that you have 114 115-page report saying that career FBI agents are losing confidence in the agency and are leaving the agency, leaves our country unprotected from domestic and foreign threat. That is how serious this is. And will he leave? I don't think that President Trump will fire him, but I think he should resign. I think he should leave.
So should Trump resign. That doesn't mean you're going to do it.
It doesn't mean he's going to do it. He's just not qualified. Well, he's not qualified. I don't know. And what's interesting to me is on Sunday, Trump was interviewed on Air Force One, I believe, and he said Pete told him he didn't issue the order to kill all the people on board. He said he did not order of those two men. That's what President Trump said. Then on Monday, a Department of Defense official says Hegseth had the target engagement authority. And then on Monday evening, you have the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, say it was the Admiral. Yeah. I mean, the lack of accountability from the top is despicable. It's disgusting. Everyone knows when you work in the government, there is a hierarchy. And the problem here is if a war crime was committed, everyone's responsible. Yeah. Pete Hegseth is, that Admiral is, whoever pulled the trigger is. It's a horrible, horrible thing.
I believe you've seen what they are saying. Cackling the view can't even stop. Crazy, right? Some of these stories that they are trying to put out here just got debunked. Yeah, I've seen articles from the Washington Post debunking some of this info these people are saying here. And Peg recently had a moment during the press conference. Recently, he said the hit pieces these people are putting on him, he can't even stop. He's going to take out some of these bad guys. So what they are saying here is their problem. Thank you guys for been sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. I'm going to end here as of the short clip that is for the YT algorithm.
Well, so here's... I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
But you did lie.
Who also
is that you better come at us with facts and truth.
else who's alive and decides that they want to...
Which is going to force the party to spend millions of dollars.
Of the party.
Over 40, he beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
And this ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
Politic. Even getting off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
He's blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC. I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all like.
To have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
Said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing.
America. I can assure you that on debate stage with Jasmine Crockett,